And that is as far as it is going to go. Welcome back to Vigor. It is your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. As the video title says, this is for all my looters. So, this is going to be geared more toward, surviving rather than shooting. I say that, but I'm pointing out to you one spawn point right now. If you spawn right here near this tank depot, guess what? You can look behind you and see somebody coming down the hill. If you spawn on that hill, then guess what? You can look right here at this tank depot and see somebody there. You know what I'm saying? It always helps to know who is where at the very beginning of the match. I'm gonna tell you two more things too. You see that river crossing all the way down there? Guess what? Even though I spawn near the tank depot, somebody else spawns at that river crossing. And a bit further on down the road, path, somebody else spawns pretty much near the red house, near the exit. So, depending on what is most important and where it is, 4 people, if not 5, minus yourself, 4, not including yourself, can converge onto one very important location. And you see, I've already taken that into account. Because at the beginning of the match, you've seen how the barred house is basically on the other side of the river. And if you have watched my hotspot video, then you'll know the hell that is a barred house up there on that ridgeline. Now, to make matters worse, guess what's in front of the barred house? The detector. So, to the inexperienced player who's going to go for the barred house, tear off the plywood, open the safe, then go use a detector, you just told people where you're at twice. Twice. You understand me? So this is why I'm here, aiming right at that damn thing. Because, like I've shown you all on that hotspot video, and I see that one guy right there. If you don't, I can't zoom in, but I see him and his feet. Because he's prone. And he's doing a 360. And so I'll mark him for you all to take note of, but I'm looking right at somebody. Notice how I'm not firing. I'm not firing because, number 1, I can't kill him because I don't see his head. Number 2, he's moving. And number 3, he's kind of cannon fodder, if you think about it. I can use him as an alarm trap. If he shoots or shots ring out near him, guess what? He's not alone. Right? This is why I'm here looking at him. Then I get the idea. Didn't I just say somebody else spawns near the exit on the other side? But before I can relocate, he uses the detector. And then he runs away. And that sucks. That sucks because if he would have went prone anywhere else on that ridgeline and faced the river, I could have killed him. I could have. But now he knows that there's somebody else on the other side of the river. Let's see how long it's going to take him to open up this barred house. Let's see. And right here, I'm looking at that ridge line that we've seen in yesterday's video, and I don't see anybody. But that doesn't mean somebody's not there. So like I said, the video title is for my looters. And would you look what I found? A red container. If you find a red container For heaven's sake, do not pick it up immediately. Don't. Please don't. Because then you're a marked man for the rest of the match. What you do instead, you ping where the container is, you run to the nearest, well, I would not really the nearest, but the most safe comm station, stealth it, and then go back and get it. And so that's what I'm doing here. Now, I understand that they revamped the game's tutorial. They call it Outlander onboarding, and I hate the word onboarding. But these are things that they don't tell you in the tutorial, as far as I know. The really experienced deep iceberg type shit, you gotta come to YouTube to find. So, now, I'm in this house. And I go prone right here to unlock this blue box. What do I go prone? Well, houses have windows. And that's all I'm going to say. So I'll loot the blue box. Well, combination lock box. Keep it moving. So we know that somebody's near the bar house. I'm going to go ahead and assume that there is 2 people. Or not. Now, since that detector is used, and hooray, I found a picture. Since that detector is used, let's see if we hear any gunshots. If we hear any gunshots, then that means somebody's near him. Nothing. And I don't know how I pulled off the truest form of Splinter Cell movement and not give off any footsteps when I'm running, but no gunshots. As I take cover behind this rock, I thought I heard somebody on the other side of the river. In that house over there I'm looking at. But this is what should alarm you all. The detector was hit near the Bard house. No gunshots. Correct me if I'm wrong. But was the Bard house hit yet? I don't think so. So, that should tell you something. Whoever hit the detector discovered somebody near them. They don't want to make themselves a target enough to hit the Bard house. Or, it could be the case of the last second meta. The full solo lobby meta. And what is that? Well, as the name implies, you wait until the last second to do anything important. Right? So, my point is this. He's not hitting the Bard house. But also, if you rewind the video and look, the moment that I spotted the red container, I got pinged. Now, why would I get pinged after somebody hit the detector? As we hear shots ring out near me. Why would I get pinged as I'm tapping the red container across from the detector? And look, it get used again. And I'm still trying to find this picture. Don't laugh at me. It's getting hit again. You hear any gunshots? No. So at this point, if the guy can walk up to the detector and use it twice for what seems like immediately when it comes off a cooldown, then obviously he's alone. Obviously, because if you check it once, nobody and you see somebody's across from you, but then you run and hide and you wait to see if they're going to hit the safe, and then you go back and use it again, obviously you don't feel like you're in real danger. So I'm going to chalk that up as him being afraid and doing the last second meta. I'm thinking about all this shit while I'm making a complete and total ass of myself and not finding this really obvious ass picture that's sitting right here. That's what I'm talking about. 250% boosted. Buried cash. Let's go. Now, My VSS is still on headshot mode. I seen one person. I heard about 5. The Dverg force is built like that. You don't want to see a lot of people, but you're going to hear them. So now I'm pretty much filled up with loot, and I saved one spot for that airdrop. Now here's the thing. I fucked up. I fucked up because I took way too long, A, getting here, and B, I'm trying to go for a competition now, in case you didn't notice. But it's too late in the match. Because the airdrop's already fallen. And I think I kind of messed up on the way up here too, waiting to see if I heard anybody at the house across the river. You feel me? So now I gotta make a mad dash across the map to get the container once again. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that red container in that tiny shed a stone's throw away from the path that crosses the river, and on the other side of the river is the barred house and the detector? One more time, I'm going to say it. I got pinged, and then the detector was used, and then the detector was used. So, wouldn't it make sense for me to get pinged again? That's a lot of fuel. That's a lot of fuel. Hold on, I might gotta make some space real quick, or not. Okay. My point is this: nobody carries just one PSD into a lobby. Okay, now I made room for the airdrop. So I'm expecting to get pinged again by a PSD and not by the detector. This is why I come up here. Because I'm like, if I were to get pinged, what direction would I get pinged from? But I can't worry about that. Because in the time span it took for me to run to find this buried cache, and then run back up here to grab this container with an airdrop, the game is over. And look, I get pinged again as soon as I come back to the red container. Now let's see what happens immediately afterwards. Let's see. Is the detector going to go off again? Or is it a matter of somebody's pinging to see who's closest because they don't want to run into anybody? Nope. They're pinging their PSD to make sure they're not getting camped on, then actually using the detector. It's an expensive strat, but I understand it. Expensive as hell. My theory is this: that guy sat there for the entire match. Entire match. Because he's not coming after me. I think he pinged me one time across the river. Then he used the detector again, then used it again, and then uses PSD. My point is this, guys. My point is this. Players like that cannot stand the fear of the unknown. Now, if I was in a hunting kind of mood and I didn't find this picture, yeah, my objective would be to kill him with a smooth headshot to give him nightmares. But I had more important things on my hands, like a buried cache and a red container. Like I said, this video is for my looters. So if you're anything like me, you like seeing big numbers across the screen. Well, a big number across your screen. So, how much was this? No kills, but basically 6.4 KXP. Can I get mad at that at all? You cannot. And look, that was a sizable amount of food too. You feel me? So what can you learn from this encounter? What can you learn? Even though there is no combat, it still helps to try to figure out what people are doing. Because even though you heard a shit ton of gunshots in this game, you didn't see a single soul. I mean, you saw one soul, but that was it. And not one soul, I guarantee you, stayed near that barred house and didn't move. Did not move one time. It just helps people. It helps the plan. Even when the plan may not go into action phase, it still helps the plan. And so I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until next time, peace.